queen size camping mattress pad, window pantyhose to keep the mosquitoes out, 2 sleeping bags that zip together, rated for 48 degrees. The coldest it's gonna get is 55 degrees in the Grand Canyon. 2 hats, and extra straps, inflatable pillows over here. Got a little camp pot for the cook stove. Got a little breakfast toiletries bag, water filter just in case. Solar battery, USB charger thing that is charged up. Got a little blanket for a little extra comfort. Koozies, Mylar blanket in case it gets cold. LED solar powered light, flashlight, and shoes.
This station is for Terminal 1, Ticket 8.
In this video, we explore the concept of checked luggage rental car camping. We planned a trip to the Grand Canyon earlier this summer and wanted to practice some prepping principles during the trip. Instead of getting a hotel, we wanted to camp, but since we live in Atlanta, it's not feasible to drive, so we decided to fly instead. As you may know, hauling camping and survival gear across country is not so simple when you have to fly. So we trimmed our camping gear down to the bare necessities and put it all in one checked luggage bag. Since we were renting a car to get from Las Vegas to the Grand Canyon, we figured sleeping in the car was the best move because we wouldn't need a tent. If you're new to the channel, Pareto Prepping is the application of the Pareto principle to prepping. The Pareto principle says that 80% of your results will come from 20% of your efforts. This is also known as the 80-20 rule. Pareto Prepping capitalizes on this asymmetry by exploiting the powerful few concepts and tools, the 20%, that yield the maximal results. The minimalist approach required for our checked luggage rental car camping experience was an experiment in Pareto Prepping, where you get 80% of the results with 20% of the stuff. We just made it to the 10X campground, which is about 10 miles outside of the Grand Canyon State Park. And what we did is we wanted to car camp close as we could to the Grand Canyon because we didn't want to get a hotel because that was going to be prohibitively expensive. So what we ended up doing is we planned this out a few weeks in advance. We rented an SUV that has lay flat seats. So the seats lay back all the way. There's stuff in the way right now, but I'll show you that later. This is our carry-on that has all of our clothes in it. We were able to fit all of our camping necessities for car camping, for camping in a car, sleeping in the car. We were able to pack all these necessities in a checked luggage bag, which we have here. And actually, this cooler bag, which we have now deployed with ice and some perishables from the grocery store that we stopped by,
on the way here. This cooler bag was actually packed in here. And the way we did it is, before there's ice and food in here, we had these 2 sleeping bags packed in here. And they fit really nicely. These are 2 sleeping bags, and they zip together to form one really large sleeping bag. So it's going to be very critical for us tonight because it is going to get a little nippy. So let me just go through. We bought some perishables. We got some water. Basically anything that wasn't hardware equipment that we usually bring for camping, we ended up buying at the grocery store, just so we could save room in the checked luggage. So let's take a look at this. So see, we got Shirley up there. She's laying the seats flat. In a second, we're going to take this down so we can fully demonstrate how the whole system works. So this was our checked luggage. We put it on the plane. Let's dig into this over here. So I just put some extra clothes in here that I couldn't fit in here since we're sharing a carry-on luggage that has all of our other clothes. So these are just some extra clothes I had in here. We have a camel pack that's empty. We're just gonna fill it up with water in a little bit. This is our Climate double 5 double V sleeping pad. This is about $100, and it inflates to generally fit the area of an SUV trunk space. So this is very necessary for what we're doing, and it's an ultralight sleeping pad for 2 people. And that's why it makes it great for this kind of thing, because ultralight and flying kind of go hand in hand. The next thing is a solar powered LED inflatable lamp. So we have some lighting. This is my Crazy Creek, which is a chair. This is a chair that you put on the ground, and you can sit on it on the ground without having to sit on the ground, and you have a back support. We have some hats in here, very important. This is a toiletries and cutlery bag that I always have with me whenever I go camping. And then we have our meal for tomorrow. This is freeze-dried breakfast skillet food. We have an Eno, so we have a place for another person to hang out in. Then we have an extra blanket, some miscellaneous zip ties and rope. We have our water filter kit right here. This can filter any type of water. It's a squeeze bag system, and you just push the water through this filter right here. Sawyer is a great company for this kind of equipment. Here we have a Mylar sheet rescue blanket. This is great for keeping the sun out of the windows, or if you sleep in, you want to kind of keep it shady. Also, this can help you keep warm at night. It's going to be a little nippy tonight. It is August, but it still gets pretty cold in the Grand Canyon. So I mean, not in the Grand Canyon, but generally this part of the country, it still gets cold at night, no matter what time of year it is. Over here we have our cooking stuff, and this is just a pot with 2 bowls in it. We have a flashlight in here. We have a whistle. We both have our Chacos in here. Take those out. And then both of us have an inflatable pillow from Cocoon travel pillows. So we both have 2 of those. We both have 1 of each. We have 1 for each person. I forgot. Then over here, window pantyhose. So if we do end up needing some ventilation tonight, we can put these on the windows and crack the windows to get some airflow if it ends up being hot for some reason. This is really good for warm or hot and humid climates where you need ventilation but you need to keep the bugs out, because it's a fine mesh pantyhose type material that allows air to circulate within the car, but it keeps the bugs out. So we'll demonstrate that later. Right here we just have a stand for putting a sterno can in, and then we put the pot on top. We'll demonstrate that in a little bit. But one of the perishable items that we purchased at the grocery store today was cans of sterno. So we ended up getting these cans of sterno to cook with, so that way we didn't have to bring any flammable materials on the airplane
and all we had to bring was other perishables we got is just some beer. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to install this. We're just having a laugh because people are looking at us because we're shooting video and we're like messing around with the car, so it's just funny. So as you can see, we have an inflatable mattress that weighs about 2 pounds that fills up the entire area of the back seat and the hatchback area. So this is going to be a very comfortable bed. It's about 6 foot 2 inches tall, so we got plenty of space to sleep. So and then with these little pillows, it's just the same thing. They're just inflatable as well. Very soft material and pretty big for something that fits in such a small package. And there you go, there's your pillow. And then with these sleeping bags, you just zip them together and you have a nice big sleeping bag. Alright, that's it. That's the entire sleeping arrangement set up. We got our sleeping bag, we got our pillows, we got our nice thick mattress down here. These are the window pantyhose. It allows you to keep ventilation going throughout your car, but keeps the bugs out. So you just put it on like this. And you take it down. You don't want to go below the latch, but you can take it down pretty far. Like this. And then close it up and you have a bug screen. And you can roll up the window without any problems. So I'm sitting in the Crazy Creek right now. As you can see, it gives you back support, but keeps your butt clean. So it's basically like you have your own chair in the dirt. So what we have here is just a sterno and then a little stove pot holder that goes on top. And then, yeah, we're just gonna light the sterno and then we're gonna put this chicken tortilla soup on. Now, put the chicken tortilla soup in, and I managed to spill some as usual, but we got the sterno lit, and I forgot that sternos probably aren't really for cooking, but I figure like sternos are usually used to heat like big pans of food and keep them warm, so I'm hoping that this will do pretty good work of it in the next 30 minutes or so, hopefully. I kind of need a wind guard though. So we got the sterno heating up the soup here, and it's actually just about to, it's starting to boil at the bottom, so I have to keep stirring it. But I'm actually very impressed with this sterno can. We're probably only going to use about 30 minutes of fuel, and these come with 2.5 hours of fuel, so we're going to end up dumping the sterno fuel into the fireplace. We collected a little bit of wood, so we're going to kick back, have a little fire, eat dinner. We've already popped some brewskis, so looks like we're ready for a good night, but we're going to bed pretty early because we have to get up early and go to the Grand Canyon to see the sunrise, which happens at 5:30, so we're probably going to go to bed around 9 tonight. Alright, so we got the fire started. I managed to collect some loose stump wood and pine cones, and I lit this with a lighter, and things are just so dry out here that this stuff is like gasoline. It just lights up instantly, so definitely have to be careful with burning wood out here. There are other campfires going, so I felt okay about having a campfire, but yeah, this stuff I mean, it's just bone dry wood. So, still cooking over here. Taking a little bit longer than expected, though. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get another beer out of here, and then I also want to move these cups away because that fire's getting a little big. All right, I believe this is about done. All right, yeah, that's done. Now we're cooking with gas, or shall I say, ethyl alcohol. All right, we're gonna eat now. All right, so we just got the whole car set up for sleeping in here, and yeah, we got. Oh, let's get under this. Okay, there we go. So yeah, close the door. So yeah, we're ready to go to bed. Let's lock the car. Oh wait, before we get too far, I just wanted to show you. We have this table here. It's like the cover for the hatchback trunk area. So this is kind of a nice little shelf we have there. So all of our stuff we can put there. So let's just lock up the car. All right, good night. Okay, we just woke up 20 minutes ago, and now we're driving. We have a 25-minute drive to the place we're gonna go to watch the sunrise. Might be a little late though, because the sun rises at, well, I guess it rises like right now, but we'll be able to catch a little bit of it. But first we gotta stop at the park entrance. Oh, we're going way too fast. Okay. We gotta stop at the park entrance and get an annual pass. Okay, here we are at the Grand Canyon. We're about to take a picture. Is my face in your way? I need to rotate a little bit. All right. Just got done exploring the great Grand View Point. All right, we're leaving Grand View Outlook, Grand View Point. We noticed that over here we have an actual van life van over here. There are people sleeping in it. We walked by and we saw them in their bed. So it's definitely possible to car camp here, and it looks like nobody's really enforcing it, so good to know. We saw a lot of vans on the way here actually that were also just like pulled off on the side of the road in the park that you know, definitely people were just sleeping in, it appeared.